From fear to fascination, that is the name of a new exhibit at our neighbor, the freshly revamped Pacific Science Center. Steve is down in the Art Lounge right now with Rachel Nelson. She is a supervisor of the living exhibit. Rachel, welcome. And Steve, this sounds really exciting.
Yes, it does. And I should note there's no spiders here, which I'm relieved about because I'm a little fearful of spiders myself. Rachel, nice to have you with us this morning. And we were just sort of talking about the whole idea of this exhibit is to sort of face that fear that so many of people, including myself, have. And I think what you describe spiders as, or the center describes spider as, is one of the most understood species that's out there.
Absolutely.
Why is that? Why do people sort of misunderstand spiders, and a lot of people just have a general fear about them?
Yeah, I think that spiders are really misunderstood because, I mean, you look at them, they have 8 legs, they're fast, they're kind of everywhere, they have a lot of hair. Yeah, but they're actually really incredibly smart and diverse and do a ton for our ecosystem. So they're quite helpful. But I do understand the fear around them. And that's what this exhibit kind of tries to dive into, is the acknowledgement of the fear and also explaining why it's sometimes not completely well placed.
Yeah, and you and I were talking during the commercial break about, you know, kids who have already gone through this exhibit already. So many of them are fearless.
Yes.
Just being able to go up and, you know, look closely at these things or touch them or that sort of thing. And that's really cool to see up close.
It is really fun. Kids will put their face right up on the glass this far from a spider, and they're wide-eyed and excited.
Just like, absolutely not as an adult. So this explores a number of different things, like where spiders live, unique behaviors, why they're so equipped for survival. Tell us more about what people will actually learn as they go about this exhibit here.
Absolutely. So you're going to get to dive straight into the anatomy and adaptations that a lot of spiders have, the different types of spiders and what makes them able to live in all these various parts of the world. They're found everywhere except for Antarctica in the world. And just kind of how smart they are and how they've really adapted to their environment to, you know, maximize their life.
If people are truly fearful of spiders, are there considerations for some that might be a little bit hesitant to go through an exhibit like this? How have you guys approached that?
Absolutely. So there was a lot of thought and consideration put into the exhibit. So when you walk up to the entrance, there are signs that let you know you are about to enter a spider exhibit. There are going to be live spiders. Once you go in, there is a path where you can kind of go off to the right and see the non-living spiders first, get to know them a little bit more before you actually meet the living arachnids, and then you end in the live spider area. So hopefully by the time you get there, you've found a little bit of appreciation and interest in them.
On behalf of folks like myself, thank you for considering that. Much appreciated that you guys did that. Is there something that you have learned in the putting together of this exhibit, maybe the research going into it? What have you learned that maybe you didn't know before about this species?
There's so many incredible adaptations that I didn't know. I mean, there are spiders that live on the top of Mount Everest that have adapted to the cold. They have an ability to not freeze up there in the cold, even as a cold-blooded animal. Spiders make different types of silk, which I think is really fun, that have all these different purposes. They're incredibly smart and resourceful, and I think that's the most interesting part about it, is learning how they've adapted to learn, how they, you know, make sure they can be safe but also hunt, and they're just an incredible part of the ecosystem. They're fascinating and actually have really interesting personalities. All of my spiders in the exhibit have very different personalities.
What's the biggest one that you have?
Our salmon bird-eating tarantula. She is around 7 or 8 inches in diameter.
Okay, so that's pretty
she's
big.
A big girl, yeah.
Okay.
She's very sweet, though.
Can people actually touch these things up close, or is it from a distance?
It will be behind plexiglass. They're in cages.
Okay.
Yes, they're incredibly kind, but even I don't handle them. We're trying to respect their space. They're living in this exhibit through April, so we want to make sure they're comfortable.
That's a long time. So the exhibit's now open. It is open through April of next year, so plenty of time to check it out, and maybe if you want to do something during Thanksgiving weekend with the family.
Absolutely.
Come on down to Pacific Science Center and learn about spiders.
Come see us. Absolutely. It's really fun.
I love that. Rachel, thank you so much. And you might be changing my perspective on whether or not I'd be okay with seeing these up close. What do you think, Tyra? Would you go see this?
If they're truly misunderstood creatures, why not? I mean,
She'll do it too. See?
I'm in.
Thank you, Rachel.
Okay. Thanks, Tyra.
Change two perspectives.
Okay, the bird-eating spider does have me a little intrigued. I'd take a look.
Okay,
All right.
from a distance, maybe.
Thank you.
Yeah.